It's Tuesday morning. Welcome to Football Spy, and we start with Spurs today. Andre Villas-Boas is set to be named the new manager at White Hart Lane, and the Sun say that he's going to go for a very exciting player indeed. His name is Oscar. He's 20 years old and he plays for Internacional, the club they took Sandro from a couple of years ago. Oscar scored a hat-trick in last year's Under-20 World Cup final against Portugal. He'd be seen as a direct replacement for Luka Modric, and if Spurs do get him, then London rivals QPR will be left feeling a bit sore, as they almost signed him in January but couldn't get a work permit. As is always the case with Spurs, they don't want to pay the money that Internacional want for him, which is quite something because they themselves want £40 million for Modric, which Manchester United, among other big clubs, are not prepared to pay. As a result, United in particular, they're moving for the Portugal midfielder Joao Moutinho. According to The Sun, the Porto midfielder is at good age at 25, and he would follow his countrymen Nani and Cristiano Ronaldo into White Hart Lane. Just one more on Spurs. Abdenblatt in Germany are reporting that Hamburg are following the situation of Rafael van der Vaart very closely, as he is their #1 target. Now then, this morning we ran a story on the Mirror Football website to tell you that the Liverpool boss Brendan Rodgers is having a long look at the Newcastle striker Demba Ba. Ba, remember, hit 15 goals last season. He's got a clause in his contract which says he can go for just £7 million if a deal is struck with another club before July the 31st. Well, I can tell you that Rodgers has appeared on the radio station Talk Sport this morning and has said simply that he's looking to bring 3 or 4 players into the club when he was asked about Demba Ba. He's keeping his cards very, very close to his chest. More Liverpool later, courtesy of the superb team at the Liverpool Echo. But first, another class act. Now, Lee Ryder, the man who knows all about things black and white on Tyneside, waiting to tell us about some interesting comings and goings at St James's Park. I do like his new tie, but how busy has it been up there, Lee?
Well, Darren, it's been quite hectic up here in terms of incomings and outgoings. I'll move on to the incomings first and foremost. Luc de Jong is certainly a player that Newcastle want. They just cannot seem to agree a fee with FC20. 2 bids have now gone in for the player, the Holland International, and so far it's no deal on that one. His teammate Douglas, the Brazilian defender, slightly different on that one. I think they have come close to agreeing a fee, but unfortunately, because of his residence situation in Holland, he needs to live there for 5 years, and that will not come until the end of August. So how early we'll see him at Newcastle remains to be seen. That all surrounds whether he can play for Holland or not, having switched sort of citizenship. Outgoing, Danny Guthrie has already signed for Reading, so that's one out the door. Fraser Forster will be going to Celtic, and it looks like Leon Best has agreed terms with Blackburn Rovers. So there's a lot going on up here at the moment, but so far Alan Pardew is waiting to make that breakthrough big name signing, which will get the fans excited up here.
Well, we're very excited down here as the serious players continue moving for the big stars. Remember, you can read Lee's blog at blogonthetime.co.uk. Now go to the Liverpool Echo website to find out all about the Anfield defender Martin Skrtel. He's 27, he was named Liverpool's player of the season for last year. Manchester City want to sign him, and I'd imagine it would take a huge bid to get him. We'll be all over this story in the coming weeks, don't worry about that. Now, we told you about Brendan Rodgers keeping his cards close to his chest at Liverpool, and he's responded to a story that we've run on our spy page this morning about Luis Suarez. Now, he wasn't coy about this one. Juventus want him, but Rodgers has told Talk Sport that he wants Suarez to sign a new deal at Anfield to keep him out of the clutches of the Italians. Now, some quick ones for you, and the Mail say that Leeds boss Neil Warnock's going to try and sign his old mate Paddy Kenny, the keeper from QPR. Also the striker Luke Varney from Portsmouth. The Mail also say Fulham boss Martin Jol is keen on the Spurs midfielder Tom Huddleston. Good luck with that. The Sun say that Wigan want to sign the Marseille right-back Rod Fanny. Sky Sports are reporting that the veteran Portugal striker Nuno Gomes has agreed a 2-year deal at Blackburn. They signed Leon Best yesterday. Go to the Mirror Football website for details of Robin van Persie's showdown talks with Arsenal boss Arsene Wenger this week over his future. Arsenal turned down an £8 million bid for him from Juventus yesterday. If you do insist on living by the sword. The Times say that West Ham have made approaches for the 33-year-old Inter Milan midfielder Dejan Stankovic and the young Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku. Now, the Lukaku story is one that we ran earlier this summer. The Hammers co-owner David Sullivan told us at Mirror Football that he has already been turned down after moving for the Belgian on loan. The Mail say that Chelsea will bid £4 million for the latest Southampton wonder kid this week. He is Luke Shaw. He's 17 years old next week, and he's an academy graduate who made his first team debut in the FA Cup at Millwall last season. Now, if we haven't mentioned a transfer involving your club, don't forget you can get a comprehensive roundup on the Mirror Football website. So keep an eye on the site anyway. We're expecting news, as I said before, about Villas Boas. He's going to succeed Harry Redknapp at White Hart Lane. Football Spy's back tomorrow. I'll see you then.